have my own gallery in Muskegon. I'm on the corner of 4th and Westerns. It's called Jilly's, and I create pieces in my gallery using glass, using clay. I create my own jewelry there. I'm one of those lucky people. I'm a full-time artist. I get to do what I love to do every day, and it helps making it through a Michigan winter a lot easier. I work with glass. I take dichroic glass and stained glass and I fuse it to create my pieces. A lot of my pieces are first fired as a flat piece, then I create a mold out of my clay, and then I slump the glass down into the mold. This piece here I created in the middle of the winter, thinking of the spring. It has a moon in it, and then it's got the hope of the green coming up, and that was kind of the influence. I'm not a huge winter fan. I live in Michigan, but I work with hot glass, so that helps me make it through the winter. I'd like to thank, go ahead. I'd like to thank the Arts Council of White Lake and the White Lake Gallery for having this event. It's incredible artwork. You should stop in and see it. It's a huge variety of some very wonderful talent we have here in West Michigan. I'm proud to have received the White Lake Arts Council Merit Award, and thank you so very much.
I'm Nona Bushman, and I make jewelry, and I was pleasantly surprised to receive an award for my jewelry in this Change of Seasons show. And I've made jewelry for, it's close to 40 years now, and I was a teacher for almost 35 years. I still teach night classes, and I work with silver, gold, copper, brass, precious stones, and almost anything you want made in jewelry and metals, I can do that for you. So my piece here is sterling silver, and the most difficult part of that particular jewelry piece was setting the stone, which a friend of mine cut for me, and it's a challenge to set that stone. And I've always had a love of working with metals. Now that I'm retired, I can do that all the time. I live in Wyoming, Michigan. My studio is in my basement, where I do my work, and I also teach night classes. I am usually with any of my designs, I start with the stone, if there is a stone, and that usually decides the shape of the design. I do custom work. In fact, I've got 3-4 pieces waiting for me to finish right now, and that is my favorite, is to make a piece of jewelry for somebody that is exactly what they want. And I feel that the jewelry that I make, because it's guaranteed for life, it is a piece that you would wear for the rest of your life. So I wear my own jewelry, and so does my family, and a lot of those pieces are 30-some years old and still in good condition. If you would like something custom made, or if you would like to be in one of my classes, my address is 1549 Mulligan Drive Southwest in Wyoming, Michigan, 49509. My phone number is 616-538-8158. I have an email address. I'm not real computer savvy. It is a lot quicker to get me by phone. My name is Nona Bushman, and I want to thank White River Gallery. I'm glad I found Montague and this art show, and I'm really, really happy to have received an award for my jewelry.
My name is Lon Ethridge, and I'm from Muskegon. and I've just started painting, and it's been a lot of fun. And the first competition I've been in, I painted this picture up here, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's been a blast. I paint with acrylics. I tried watercolor, and that didn't work for me, so the acrylics just kind of fell right into what I like to do, and it was much easier to work with for me anyway. The picture that I picked out, again, this is a change of seasons competition. I thought, well, we'll get right into seasons with this one, and we did. And so I had to put it all together and do it in a unique way with 4 different individual paintings.
My name is Lane Cooper. I'm from Freeport, Michigan. I've been doing metal art for the last 3-4 years. I work with all recycled scrap metal because I found that there's a lot of it available out there, and I enjoyed this art gallery up here. I entered it 2 years ago, had a piece entered, and I entered again this year and had both pieces accepted, so I'm very happy for the White Lake Gallery, what they're doing here. It's a beautiful place. I make a lot of Wismo characters. I work with scrap metal, and sometimes I can just look at a piece of metal and decide what I'm going to make out of it. This particular piece I have here was an old sewing machine. I had a vision I could see a tractor frame in it, so I made the tractor. The fenders are made out of old frying pan covers. The seat is from a soup ladle. The front wheels are pulleys. The back wheels are made from old corn planter plates. And the rest of it just a bunch of scrap metal put together for the throttle levers and the gas pedal and stuff like that. So, well, I started out doing artwork when I was a teenager in high school. Worked many years doing painting, and then more or less kind of got burned out in that. I went into making wooden toys, which I gave away to a lot of kids that were handicapped or injured that didn't have toys, because I didn't have many toys when I was a kid. We had to make our own. And then I was involved in a real bad car accident 7 years ago. I have a closed head injury, so I was working at Amway Corporation in the maintenance department, doing a lot of welding with metal, and I decided to take up the metal work because I seen a lot of it was available. And I very strongly encourage art to anybody that has any disabilities or injuries. Also encourage young kids, if they have any artistic abilities, to really pursue it, because my parents pushed me. I decided to go my other ways, and now I wish I would have stuck with my art. So now I'm back enjoying art, and I love it. Thank you.